What's the most awkward thing about being an adult that nobody prepared you for? Making my first solo doctor's appointment at 22 turned into the most embarrassing conversation of my adult life when I told a medical professional that my tummy had ouches. I'd been putting off scheduling a checkup for months because the whole process seemed terrifying. But when I started having weird stomach pains, I finally called the doctor's office. "What seems to be the problem?" the receptionist asked. My stomach hurts sometimes. Can you be more specific about the symptoms?" I panicked. "It just hurts? Like a lot?" She scheduled me for the following week, and I spent 7 days Googling medical terminology. The day of the appointment, I sat in the waiting room rehearsing how to sound professional and adult-like. "I'm experiencing abdominal discomfort" sounded way better than "my belly feels weird." When the doctor walked in, all my preparation flew out the window. "So what brings you in today?" "My tummy has been having ouches," I blurted out. The doctor paused, pen hovering over her notepad. "Ouches?" I turned bright red. "I mean pain, abdominal pain." "Okay, can you describe the pain? Is it sharp, dull, cramping?" I stared at her blankly. "It's hurty?" She tried a different approach. "When does it happen? After eating? In the morning? Sometimes when I eat bad foods, or good foods. Actually, just randomly." The doctor was clearly struggling to extract useful information from my toddler-level descriptions. "On a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate the pain?" Like a 7? Or maybe a 4? What's considered normal adult pain tolerance?" She put down her pen. "Let's try this differently. Can you point to where it hurts?" I gestured vaguely at my entire torso. "Somewhere in the middle area? The food part?" "The food part? You know, where food goes after you swallow it. The inside stomach region." I realized I sounded like a 5-year-old trying to explain anatomy. The doctor started asking yes or no questions to save us both from further embarrassment. "Does it hurt when you press on your stomach?" "Maybe. I don't really press on it because that seems weird." "Have you noticed any changes in your bowel movements?" I went silent for 30 seconds. "Do I have to talk about that part? It would help with the diagnosis." "They're different sometimes? Can we just say they're doing strange things and move on?" The appointment lasted twice as long as it should have because I couldn't communicate like a functional adult. When she finally diagnosed me with mild acid reflux, I asked, "Is that like when your tummy gets angry at food?" "That's actually not a terrible way to put it." I left with a prescription and instructions to avoid spicy foods, which I immediately translated as "no more hurty foods." 3 years later, I still catch myself using childish descriptions during medical appointments. Last month, I told my dentist that my tooth had sad feelings. At least now, I know I'm not the only adult who never learned to communicate symptoms properly. Apparently, "my knee is being dramatic" is not adequate medical terminology either.